these remarkable boats. Through their stories, we will gain a deeper understanding of Indonesia's rich maritime heritage and the enduring bond between its people and the sea. The Indonesian archipelago, strategically located at the crossroads of the Indian and Pacific Oceans, has long been a maritime hub. Its unique position has made it a focal point for seafarers and traders from various parts of the world, creating a rich tapestry of maritime history. Its seas and straits have served as vital arteries for trade, cultural exchange, and exploration for over 2,000 years. These waters have witnessed the passage of countless ships, each carrying goods, stories, and traditions that would shape the region's destiny. Long before the arrival of Europeans, Indonesian sailors traversed these waters. They were skilled navigators, using the stars, winds, and currents to guide their journeys across vast distances. They carried spices, textiles, and precious goods to distant shores. The spices, in particular, were highly prized and sought after, leading to the establishment of extensive trade networks. They established vast trading networks that stretched as far as Africa and the Middle East. These connections facilitated not only the exchange of goods, but also the flow of knowledge, technology, and cultural practices. These maritime routes were not merely conduits for commerce. They were lifelines that connected diverse cultures and civilizations, fostering mutual understanding and cooperation. They were pathways for the exchange of ideas, religions, and cultural practices. Ports became melting pots where traders from different backgrounds interacted, shared stories, and influenced each other's ways of life. Hinduism and Buddhism arrived in Indonesia via these sea lanes, leaving an indelible mark on the archipelago's art, architecture, and belief systems. Temples and monuments from these religions still stand today, testifying to their profound impact. The spread of Islam, too, was facilitated by maritime trade. Muslim traders brought their faith to Indonesia's shores, where it was readily embraced by many communities, leading to the establishment of vibrant Islamic cultures. Arab traders brought their faith to Indonesia's shores, where it was readily embraced by many communities. The influence of Islam can be seen in the numerous mosques and Islamic schools that dot the coastal regions. Indonesia's reliance on the sea is deeply ingrained in its national identity. The sea is not just a means of livelihood, but a source of cultural pride and heritage. The country's very name, Indonesia, is derived from the Greek words Indus, meaning India, and Nisos, meaning islands. This reflects the archipelago's historical role as a bridge between two continents, connecting the East and the West. This reflects the archipelago's historical role as a bridge between two continents. The sea lanes have been the veins through which the lifeblood of trade and culture has flowed, enriching the islands and their people. The Indonesian people, scattered across thousands of islands, have always depended on boats for their livelihoods and their very survival. Boats are more than just vessels. They are symbols of freedom, adventure, and resilience. Boats have been essential for fishing, transportation, trade, and communication between islands. They have enabled the movement of people, goods, and ideas, shaping the social, cultural, and economic landscape of the archipelago. They have enabled the movement of people, goods, and ideas, shaping the social, cultural, and economic landscape of the archipelago. The boats are a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the Indonesian people. In the next section, we will delve deeper into the evolution of these remarkable vessels, focusing on the Sundanese boat-building traditions. These traditions are a living heritage, passed down through generations, and they continue to thrive in modern times. These traditions, passed down through generations, embody the ingenuity and resilience of Indonesia's maritime communities. The craftsmanship and dedication of these boat builders are a testament to the enduring spirit of the Indonesian people, who have always looked to the sea for sustenance and inspiration. The evolution of Sundanese boats mirrors the ingenuity and adaptability of the Indonesian people. This journey through time showcases their ability to innovate and adapt to changing circumstances, reflecting a deep connection with their maritime environment. From simple rafts to sophisticated sailing vessels, these boats have undergone a remarkable transformation over centuries. Each stage of development tells a story of technological advancement and cultural exchange. The earliest boats, crafted from rudimentary materials like bamboo and logs, were rudimentary rafts. These basic structures were the foundation upon which more complex designs would be built. These simple vessels, propelled by paddles or poles, were suitable for navigating calm rivers and coastal waters. They were essential for early transportation and fishing, providing a means to explore and utilize local waterways. As maritime skills developed, so too did the complexity of boat designs. The introduction of new materials and techniques allowed for more durable and versatile vessels. Outrigger canoes, characterized by lateral support floats, emerged as a significant innovation. These canoes provided greater stability and were capable of handling rougher waters. These stable and seaworthy vessels enabled Sundanese sailors to venture further from shore, expanding their fishing grounds and trading networks. This expansion was crucial for the economic and social development of coastal communities. The introduction of sails marked a pivotal moment in the evolution of Sundanese boats. Sails harnessed the power of the wind, transforming the way these boats were used. Harnessing the power of the wind allowed for faster travel over longer distances. This innovation opened up new horizons for exploration and trade, connecting distant islands and cultures. This opened up new possibilities for trade and exploration. The ability to travel further and faster meant that goods, ideas, and people could move more freely across the archipelago. Over time, Sundanese boat builders developed a diverse range of vessels, each tailored to specific needs and environments. This diversity reflects the varied geography and cultural practices of the Indonesian archipelago. The Pinisi, a majestic two-masted schooner, emerged as a symbol of Indonesian seafaring prowess. These boats are renowned for their beauty and functionality. These sturdy and elegant boats, known for their distinctive seven-panel sails, were used for inter-island trade and long-distance voyages. They played a crucial role in the economic and cultural exchange between islands. Smaller boats, such as the Jukung and the Perahu, served the needs of coastal communities for fishing, transportation, and local trade. These boats were integral to daily life, providing a means to sustain livelihoods and connect communities. The evolution of Sundanese boats is a testament to the enduring relationship between the Indonesian people and the sea. This relationship is built on a foundation of respect, knowledge, and a deep understanding of the marine environment. It is a story of adaptation, innovation, and a deep understanding of the marine environment. The skills and knowledge passed down through generations have ensured the survival and prosperity of these maritime communities. These boats, in their various forms and functions, reflect the resourcefulness and resilience of Indonesia's maritime communities. They are a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the people who build and use them. They are a tangible link to the past, reminding us of the long and storied history of seafaring in the Indonesian archipelago. This rich heritage continues to inspire and inform the present, ensuring that the legacy of these remarkable boats endures.